Welcome to this time to talk. Last part of my talk was about backhoe loaders. In fact, it's a combination of a tractor, wheel loader, and an excavator. It's an essential machine on all job sites, whether it's a residential or industrial construction project. You can't exclude this machine from excavation, mining, road working, demolition jobs. Today, we will be going into details of how to choose the right backhoe loader. When an operator wanted to work with a backhoe loader, he has to apply a set of controls which are located behind him. In order to do that, the operator will be rotating his seat to work with those levers and switches for operation of backhoe bucket. In this case, the bucket on the right side of the operator is kept on ground level for giving better stability and during the operation. You know that there are plenty of attachments available for a backhoe. They can be a drill bit, a hammer, a ripper, breaker, based on specific applications. For example, if you attach forks, you can handle pallets and you don't need a forklift. If you attach a hammer, you can break the concrete, asphalt, and if you attach a crusher, you can break the rocks or the concrete. If you have grapples, you can hold trees or poles. Now, look at the front loader. It can also take many attachments. They are usually buckets, plows, brooms, forks, and so many other options. You can see that several people in the industry wanted to have these attachments as an add-on to their existing machine. Also, there are some people who look for the whole unit, which includes the front loader and the backhoe. Now, I'm going to give you some tips on how to choose the right backhoe loader. Number one, as I always say, with all earth moving machines, your application is an important factor in the right selection process. If you have a very large job where you need to transport heavy equipment, and you know there is a feasibility for heavy machines to operate, then you may not go for a backhoe loader. At the same time, if you have a small scale job, then you may go for a skid steer loader or a mini excavator instead of a backhoe loader. This approach will save a lot of your time and money. Number two, one of the prime considerations in a backhoe selection is the power output. The output power is an important factor, but considering the engine output alone is not enough. You see, the efficiency is related to the hydraulics because you need to work with your attachments. The engine is not giving power directly to the attachments, But you know, it is the hydraulic system that is actually doing the job. You know, the manufacturers wanted to make the machine compact as much as possible. Naturally, the engine and other components may go smaller in size, and it may reduce their power output. In these circumstances, we can achieve higher performance by strengthening the hydraulic system. So, the engine power and the hydraulic system are important in choosing the right backhoe loader. Number 3, you should know how deep you wanted to dig in. There are backhoe loaders which are capable of digging from, say, 2 meters to 18 meters in depth. A standard backhoe can dig an average depth of 4 to 5 meters. If you have a very tight space, then you may use a compact backhoe loader which can dig 2 to 3 meters deep. Number 4 in your selection process is your productivity depends upon the size of your backhoe bucket. You know, the width of a backhoe bucket normally ranges from, say, 0.3 meters to 1.5 meters. If you take a smaller bucket, it can take something around 115 kilograms. But if you look at a bigger bucket, it can carry something around 300 kilograms. So the bucket size is very important to be considered in the right selection process. Number 5, if you look at the opposite side of the backhoe, you have the front loader. The front loader can either be a bucket, forks, grapples, or other kind of attachments for specific kind of jobs. There are many different kinds of buckets available. For example, if you need a bucket to carry and transport a load, you need digging or grading. A normal bucket can be chosen. When I say normal bucket, it can carry something around 600 kilograms of material. If you have a demolition site or you need to dig deeper or to level a ground, you can choose a multi-functional bucket. I mean, a kind of bucket that has got clamps, to grab trees or poles or heavy objects. These buckets can take load, closer to 1 ton. If you are working in a tight area and you need loading or backfilling, then there are buckets that can help the operator to dump to side or forward. This kind of bucket also has a capacity closer to 1 ton. The next point, number 6, is you need to see the kind of ground that you are working on. For example, working on an agricultural land is different from working on a grass caught or grass based land. Therefore, the operating weight of machine is to be considered. The operating weight is a weight of the machine, including the operator and fuel. If you think of the average operating weight, which is between 6 ton to 10 ton for a backhoe loader. The next point is, most of the backhoe loaders, we can see the backhoe mounted at the center of the right side. And whenever we wanted to work in slopes or rough terrain area, we can use them comfortably with stabilizer legs. The objective of center mount is to give better center of gravity and better stability to the machine. You can use this kind of backhoe in large construction sites or in agricultural area. On the other hand, you can see the backhoe mounted on the side instead of the center. And these kind of backhoe are mounted on a carrier with rails. And you can, of course, shift the position of backhoe vertically or side to side through these rails. This kind of design provides better maneuverability. It is very useful in confined areas. It is suitable for working on, say, narrow roads, landscaping, and similar tight working areas. In side-mounted backhoes, you can do the job precisely, and so you can save a lot of your time. Number 8 is, suppose you have a project where you need to use a number of different attachments quite often. Then it's recommended that you have a loader with quick coupler. Once you have a quick coupler in place, the hydraulic attachment can be connected or disconnected as quickly as possible. The operator can work with switches in his cabin, and the coupler can be engaged or disengaged. The attachment has to be locked, and the hydraulic hoses has to be connected properly in this case. It can take around 5 minutes to switch an attachment. Number 9 is, if you look at the drive, you can find 2-wheel drive or 4-wheel drive among backhoe loaders. As you know, the purpose of 4-wheel drive is to provide better traction on the ground, especially working on sandy area, because all the 4 wheels are getting power from the engine. But when you go for 4-wheel drive, you will be paying more for maintenance, because in this case there will be more wear and tear. If you are prepared to pay more, you can of course go for a 4-wheel steering. In 4-wheel steering, all the 4 wheels are moving in the same direction, and so it gives better maneuverability to the operation. Also, you get better stability and a short turning radius, and it is really perfect for rough terrain area. Number 10 in your selection process is, as you look at the tires, you will be thinking of a tractor that has got two bigger tires. These two bigger tires are behind and two smaller tires in front. The tires you choose will vary depending upon whether you are mostly going to be using your backhoe on grass or on hard surface or on some sandy area. The tires can be either pneumatic tires, radial tires, or foam tires, or rough terrain tires. Each one has its own purpose on the ground. The tires you use on agriculture sector is not the same that is recommended for construction site. If you are looking for a unit that needs assistance, please be in touch with us. I will appreciate your feedback on this video, and God willing, we will be in touch next week with a different topic. Thank you very much for watching, and this is Sajuddin Qasim signing off. Goodbye.